I'm really getting the hang of this life thing. One minute you feel like your life is coming together, you know exactly what you're doing, you're finally getting your shit together, and then what the hell is going on? Who am I? What's my calling? What am I doing with my life? Do I like my life? Am I in the right track? Will I find will I find true love? Will I find my professional calling? What's going on? I know. Does this sound like how you're feeling? Because if so, you might be experiencing the roller coaster of Saturn returns. So, what is Saturn returns? Well, Saturn returns is literally when Saturn returns from its slow, long journey to its orbital position that it was in when you were born. It takes like 28 to 31 years because it's a little bit of a slow one, but that's just Saturn giving us enough time to gain some life experiences, and then it comes back into our life, shakes us up, and then forces us to make some decisions in order for us to get to the next stage of our life. Psychologists actually say that Saturn returns is like becoming an adult. Just what we've always wanted. Not. I just want to watch cartoons all day and eat cereal, and now I can't do it because Saturn's back. No, but what it is basically it's a transition into a new part of your life. So usually all of the lessons and all of the things that you've experienced leading up to this point in your life is kind of equipped you with the tools that you're going to need to get through to the next stage if you want to be on the journey to fulfillment, that is. Okay, so what does a Saturn returns feel like? Well, it feels like you're going fucking crazy. But you know, you're just going through a period of transition. All of the beliefs that we've been surrounded by and that we've chosen to believe until this point, we're at this pivotal moment where we can decide to change our outlook. So we're at this pivotal moment where we can change our outlook and we can, decide that actually that thought pattern no longer serves me, or I might have inherited that thought pattern from somebody else and it doesn't resonate with my true calling, if that makes sense. How long does Saturn returns last, I hear you ask? Well, it lasts up to 2.5 years. So it's the whole transition period. So usually from your late 20s to your early 30s, it's when you're finding yourself, when you're deciding actually what you want from life, what you want from your career, what you want from your relationships, from your friendships, from your family, all of from like just you as a person, like what do you want to give to the world? What do you want to take from the world? And what lessons do you want to learn? It's just all about lessons and blessings. So everybody experiences a Saturn returns, men and women, but women kind of experience it more intensely. I think it's something to do with our biological clock. But we start thinking about, do we want a family? Do we want a home? Do we want to focus on our career? Are we satisfied with the circumstances that we've created for ourselves? And it's taking responsibility for your own circumstances. Like where you're at right now, if you are going through Saturn returns, you're in your late 20s, so you've put yourself there. So it's about taking accountability and taking responsibility. And if this picture that you're in doesn't look like the picture you want it to look like, Saturn is about to give you the kick up the ass that you need to change the dynamic to get you where you want to be. So you can either embrace it and roll with it, or you can either hold back and be dragged kicking and screaming. So yeah. So if you're feeling like you're feeling unfulfilled or you're questioning your whole very existence, then going through Saturn returns might open your mind up and show you new possibilities that you didn't really think were there beforehand. Saturn returns is kind of seen in a really negative light because of all of the hardship that comes with experiencing it. But if you've got an open mind and an open heart and you just want to roll with the punches and see what, you know, life's got to offer, then you are more likely to grow from this experience. If, however, you resist it, then get ready for a roller coaster of nightmares. Like I said before, Saturn is the planet that will give you the kick up your ass that you need to get your shit together. It's the planet of mortality. It's when you really start thinking about life as a whole. And it's also the planet of structure. It's also the planet of duty, responsibility. It's when you start challenging the status quo, which I think is really interesting at the moment because of all these like amazing social changes that we're experiencing at the moment. I'm like, is it because it's in line with our Saturn returns? But then not everybody's experiencing the Saturn returns at the same time. I know. But you know, it all kind of leads into the same thing. Like we're all evolving. We're all about to step into this new consciousness. So it's a very exciting time, really. So you're probably thinking, well, how does a Saturn returns affect me? How will I know if I'm actually going through my Saturn returns? So to find out if you're going through your Saturn returns, you have to do your astrology natal chart. I'm still not 100% familiar with all of this. It's all new to me, but I'm learning it and I'm loving it. You might start feeling like friendships, relationships, career, family, all of like the main pillars of your life, you might start questioning them, like, is this what I really want? Is this what I want to experience? And it's really healthy to start thinking about that type of stuff now, because this is the time when you're making decisions that set you up for the rest of your life. This kind of sets the tone for how your life's going to be. Everybody kind of, you know, knows that the early 20s and the teens is for just having fun and finding yourself. But when you get to this moment, it's kind of like, what am I doing? And if you decide the path that you want to go on, then you'll live a very fulfilled life. So put the work in now and you'll reap the benefits of it in the future. And my hair looks crazy. So now you want to know how to survive it. No, I think the best way to survive it is to just roll with the punches, have an open mind, have an open heart, have an open soul, be open to new experiences, things that you would never have tried before. Just have a little taste, a little taste and see if you like it. Also, the things that are no longer serving you, be brave, let them go. If it's people, if it's situations, if it's past beliefs, if it's memories that define who you are as a person, now is the time to just let go of it all and you can decide to rebuild yourself as the person that you want to be. Because sometimes our mindset kind of puts us in a box, and Saturn returns is there to assist you with just like kind of rejigging things and being like, well, you don't want to be like that, then that's fine. You've learnt your lesson there, accept it, move on, be ready for the new ones. And yeah, but when you're through the other side of a Saturn returns now, I'm just going from other people because I'm not quite there yet, but when you go through a Saturn returns, you're supposed to feel like content, like, it all makes sense. I experienced all that because this is also great. And I'm not saying life is always going to be great, because, well, life would be boring if it was just one straight line, because you'd basically be dead. But, you know, your ups and downs, you've kind of took all of these lessons and all of the circumstances and situations and pain and all of the, even the good things, you've experienced all of your history to take you to the next level. So you can either see the lessons in there, or you can just be like, blocking out the haters, I don't know my lessons, and then you just get stuck in that trap. And I feel that that's why some people kind of get stuck in this cycle of just, you know, the same old shit, same shit, different toilet. Yeah, so that's been Saturn returns. I hope it's shed a little light, or even if it's just made you Google what is Saturn returns and you go and find out for yourself, because honestly, me as a person. My friend told me about it. She's been listening to this podcast. Somebody from Made in Chelsea has made a whole podcast about Saturn returns. So I started listening to that and I was like, okay, that makes sense. It made so much sense to me because I always go through these cycles of changing things and not being content, but I feel like I'm at a point now where I'm just like, I'm ready to just feel content and take on the lessons rather than fight them and be like, no, that's not how I want to be. It's like embracing yourself and letting yourself flow with the energy. I'm going to leave it on that.